Hey guys, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing my June plan with me for my reading journal. Always have a snack. But first, let's do a quick flip through of all of the pages from May. Alright, and then moving right into the first of the June spreads, I ended up reusing that calendar spread that I got from Noelle 7 Pages and used last month. This was actually very helpful with all the readathons I was partaking in, and I am taking part in 2 different ones this month as well as a read-along, so this was going to be pretty useful when keeping track of all those days. Since June is Pride Month, I obviously had to go with a rainbow theme for the month, and first off I am making my own little rainbow flag for this first page. So for the read-along I'm partaking in, that is the OSEMAN verse read-along, and that is starting on, I believe, May 29th, and then it is running until June 12th. Next is the Queer Lit Readathon, which I actually don't have in my June TBR because I hadn't heard of it yet, but I realized that this works so well with the TBR I already had, so I wanted to partake. This will be running from June 6th to June 12th, and then finally for Romanceathon, it is running from June 12th to June 18th. Got a lot of overlap this month. And then next, hopping right into my June reading goals. As I said, continuing with that rainbow theme, gotta do that for all of the headers, plus use one of these little rainbow stickers. As normal, I have my 5 reading goals that I try to hit every month. So first up is a nonfiction book, and that is going to be All Boys Aren't Blue. Following that is a backlisted read, and that's going to be 𝗖cie by 𝗖cie his𝘁𝗁𝗁. Next is a diverse read, and this will actually be different from what I mentioned in my TBR. It is Freshwater by 𝗖cie heç𝘁្��𝘁, which is the group book for the Queer Lit Readathon. After that is a adult read, and that's going to be Wolf Song by T.J. Klune. Then a YA book, and that is going to be the Heartstopper collection by Alice Oseman. Finally, the newest edition is Reread, and that's going to be Check Please by 𝗖cie迄𝘁𝗰𝘁. After that section, we are jumping into book clubs, which I'm planning to partake in for the month of June. First is the Buy Book Club. Don't know what that book is yet, so I haven't written it down. After that is my personal book club, which will be One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. After that's the Sugar and Spice Book Club, and there is 2 books for this one. First being One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, which is the June pick, and then second is Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey, which is the second book in the series for the second quarter of the year. Then finally, as I already mentioned, the OSEMAN verse read-along, and that's going to be Heartstopper by Alice Oseman again. Next are the secret TBRs I have planned for this month, and those are going to include 𝗖cie and Wolf Song. Leave me some guesses in the comments down below if you think you know what it's going to be. Then finally for my reading goals are just the others, which don't fit into any of the above categories. That's going to be A Hymn in the Silence by Kelly York and Rowan Atwood. Then followed by that is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. For June, I am currently planning to read 11 books. Okay, and then on the next page is my spread for Romanceathon. Obviously it's romance, so I wanted to do something heart-related. I got this idea off of Pinterest, so thank you so much to Pinterest. First, I just have Romanceathon as a title in the middle, and then after that, I have these collection of hearts hanging down. There are 7 prompts, and each of the big hearts were supposed to act for every one of the prompts, but I miscounted. Let it be said here, math is not my strong suit. So first up is a cover you love, and that's going to be Check Please by Ngozi Kazu, as well as accounting for the BIPOC author. After that is Out of Your Comfort Zone, and that will be Fence by 𝗖cie 𝗁𝘁𝗁. After that is a indie published book, which will be A Hymn in the Silence by Kelly York and Rowan Atwood. Then a backlisted book from an author you love, which will be Wolf Song by TJ Klune. Finally, a new author to you, which will be Fence by 𝗖cie 𝗁𝘁𝗁𝘁 again. Then the final one, which I forgot to add on this spread, is a Hate to Love romance, and that's also going to be Fence by 𝗖cie 𝗁𝗁𝘁𝗁𝘁. While I give that ink a chance to dry, I'm going to be moving on to my Queer Lit Readathon spread, and as you can tell, I'm continuing with that rainbow theme. This one is actually a bingo card, so I just copied the bingo card over, nice and simple. For the time being, I am not 100% sure which bingo I am actually going to get, so I am honestly just writing in as many that I think books on my TBR can fill for the time being, and we'll see what bingos I manage at the end of the readathon. So first up is a memoir, and that is going to be All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. After that is a group read, which as I mentioned before is Freshwater by 𝗖cie 𝗁𝘁𝗁𝘁. Following that one is a hard-hitting contemporary, and that's going to be Freshwater again. After that one is question marks, which is basically just a free space, so luckily I will be able to use something for that. Onto the second line. First is Shorter Than a Novel, and I'm going to be counting Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. Then Brings You Joy, and Heartstopper can actually count for that one as well. Next is a book that takes place on another continent, and this one will be A Hymn in the Silence by Kelly York and Rowan Atwood, as this series takes place in Britain. Alright, on to the next line, starting out with Intersectional, and for this one, All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson could also count for this. Then a vintage book, which I'm not sure if they meant a historical fiction or if they meant a book that has been published a good while ago. I took it for the historical fiction aspect and went with A Hymn in the Silence. Finally, the bottom row, a book that was recommended to me, and A Hymn in the Silence could count for this one also. Then finally, they have a goal of trying to read 40% books by BIPOC authors, and hopefully I should actually be able to manage this one. All right, and then after that, let's go in and color everything. Woo! Next spread, which is going to be my pages read per day. I recently started doing this, and I've actually really been enjoying keeping track of it. My current layout has each dot counting for 6 pages, and that has the last dot being 210. Usually I don't go over that, but there's always those days. As always, I absolutely need my brain dump. It is always used. I actually really love the way I did this font with the alternating colors for every letter in cursive. It flowed together really well, and I thought it looked really cute in the end. Alright, and then finally we have the spreads for the books which are included in secret TBRs. First is Wolf Song by TJ Klune. Naturally, since this is about werewolves and you can see what the cover looks like for yourself, I had to make a little wolf paw. After that is Fence, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I had no idea what I was gonna do here. I really wish I had a sword sticker, but I didn't, and I just ended up using this thing that looks kind of like a shine or maybe a ninja star. I don't know. After that one, however, is for my personal book club read of the month, and that's going to be One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. And given that this one is about a fashion blogger, I believe, I found these stickers, which are just ladies living their best lives. So I just went with the one that just screamed to me watching Bachelor and having a good time with her friends, drinking some rosé, eating some Chinese takeout. Yep, that I feel like that just matches the vibe I'm getting from this so far. And then finally, have to have my wrap-up page. Gotta get one last rainbow in. Okay, and then let's do a final flip through. Alright y'all, so as always, thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Bye!